What's going on, yo? It's Jay Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As you guys can see, predictions video here, as Bourne Legacy 13 was partially announced, for the most part announced. I think it's missing main event, you know what I'm saying, little stuff like that. But it got about, it was supposed to be four, but we got three battles to talk about here. Bourne Legacy 13, obviously I'm a fan of staple cards like this. I think Bourne Legacy's always played as like a good in-between card for URL. Kind of funny that the first one was full of so many legends and top tiers. As the times that went on, it's dipped through. It's still had some big matchups like Bourne Legacy 2 and 3, where it was like still a pretty big card, but with some top, a lot of mid-tier work on the undercard, a couple top-tier matchups. But I just think Bourne Legacy is a good card to bring back. And even though outside Bourne Legacy Super Fight, at the end of the day, they all kind of play to the same objective of being an in-between card. But four battles got announced. We're going to talk about the canceled battle little situation here in a second to start out, and then we're going to go into predicting what we have so far. As for the canceled battle, Saga and Hansel was already canceled, like not in the works, and they still dropped the trailer for it. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's running the app, whoever's doing that over there, that oversees that, how do you not know? These are very simple. You get the list of things you got to post, and you post it. I just don't understand that mistake. That's just silly. Not that Saga and Hansel was the craziest battle. Thought it would definitely be a good one. Pretty pen heavy, punch heavy. But to have a mistake like that is kind of disrespectful to battlers. So that's just ridiculousness. But then you get to the actual three battles of the card. First one to talk about Real Deal versus Nun Nun. Return of Real Deal, the URL, and the slight return of Nun Nun, right? I don't think we've seen Nun Nun battles since Traffic 5 versus Jay, maybe. I think that was in November of last year. Maybe the Big T battle, actually, the one-rounder that dropped on Super Fight Saturday for when they did that for like a week. That might have been the only battle from Super Fight Saturday. But matchup here that I think most people are going to go with Real Deal, variety of 2-1 or 3-0. Actually, I don't think it's impossible for Nun Nun to win. If you guys remember, he had the Sharon win, which didn't age crazy on camera. But Sharon is a guy that's similar to Real Deal, that's like a legend, you know what I'm saying, travel multiple leagues, usually has a great performance rate against other top tiers at that. So maybe you can catch Real Deal sleeping, but I think Real Deal is a little more consistent and connects with the URL crowd much more like authentically, than a Sharon style. Real Deal versus going back to Real Deal versus B Magic, right? As well as Real Deal versus Verb. He's had a lot of good showings. Real Deal versus Snow. I mean, he murdered Snow. So Real Deal's got a semi-good catalog over at URL. Just more well-rounded, better angler, has comedy to it, and if at their writing peaks, I think they might punch at the same level, but Real Deal has the ability to hit some, more definitive haymakers. So I'm going to go Real Deal 2-1. Nun's been sitting on bars. Usually good to at least make a round close in a battle like this, if not win one, but it can't go against, a former champ, top tier in this situation. And then second matchup to talk about, Mike P versus Jackboy Maine. In my opinion, two of like the higher mid-tier ranked talents on the URL roster. In my opinion, Mike is definitely better than Jack, which is why I'm going to predict Mike to win this battle. But I think both of them are guys that are really just waiting on another just big vet opportunity. I'm a believer that I've seen things that have definitely told me that Jack has a ceiling, and I've seen things from Mike that tells me it's a little more variance. I think that there is those top-tier flashes, but he's taken some big losses and some big moments. T-Top, I don't want to hear that snaking in DMs. This is a battle rap, so, T-Top pretty much bodied him. Losses, like in a Shotgun Shug and JC, just versus top tiers, hasn't always had the greatest of win rates, really performance rates, but still has those, like a Danny Myers battle. Obviously, it sticks out like a twerk performance unknown, a little closer than people say, but he still won the battle. And then as of recent, he talks a lot about 30 and Sharon on light work. I mean, he talks a lot about that win on light work, but I can understand he definitely had organic buzz from it and didn't get booked, even to anywhere to continue that. And I think after these wins beat Chaos, another guy who's kind of up there mid-tier figuring it out, I think that Mike really does deserve eventually a 3-round battle versus a top tier to at least if we all predict he's going to lose and he loses, give him the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? And same for Jackboy. I know that I damn near know he was going to get murdered by Shine. That's really how I feel. I really feel like K-Shine was going to 30 destroy Jackboy Maine, but he deserves the opportunity to prove us wrong at that, even if it's a 99-1 chance in our eyes. Well, all that being said, though, I think Mike just raps better, just more polished, does more things at a higher rate, has bigger haymaker ability. I think he's just a better battle rapper at this point. And for those reasons, I got Mike P 2-1 clear versus Jackboy Maine. And that gets us into the final match to talk about here, and easily the best one on the card so far, in my opinion, is going to be the battle of the night. And that is Chilla Jones versus Klutz. Love it. Chilla back on URL. Chilla wins at Cody, probably the peak of his career. Next year has the worst year of his career. You know what I'm saying? And then you have Chilla Jones now, 2023, coming back to battle Klutz after, like I said, the worst year. That back-to-back peaks and valleys of battle rap. So a lot of people were probably sour on Chilla right now. I think his last showing is chess, and that was just a dirty situation. Chess chokes all three, gets to reshoot, and then beats him on the just horrible. But they keep Chilla's choke. Chilla Jones, you let that happen to you, man. There's no other way to put it. Has that happened? But that situation aside, that is kind of a lot of people's last memories of Chilla, a guy who already, it doesn't take a lot for Chilla compared to other battlers start doing bad for people to get on him. There's a lot of people that, boring style, this and that, a lot of people who naturally just don't like Chilla Jones and the way he raps, even with like a champion of the year level peak, right? So they're expecting not a lot on the comeback, but I do think this is going to be one of the better Chillas in a minute. I think he respects Klutz and the way he writes. Pure pen style, don't get it a lot, I think, as much in battle rap anymore. Someone that goes all the way into kind of the nerd rap, right? Trying the complex schemes and trying some things that are going to be over complex and don't work, but taking that chance to try to make something special happen. Those are the risks that you see with the pen. I think Kid Chaos is one of the last examples that is like that. And then Klutz, who in a lot of ways has drawn similarities to Kid Chaos, right? Coming off the JC win, which he said, actually, shout out 3 Letterman, love 3, man, got nothing but love for 3, one of my favorite in this community. But he did an interview with Klutz yesterday on his channel. Go check that out. Talking about, and Klutz said that he thinks the Chilla Jones battle is going to be more challenging than JC. He said he thinks the skill between them is it's like splitting hairs. It's really of even value, but that Chilla is going to use some more vet-like experience things that JC didn't do, as opposed to how JC tried to punch out and bar for bar with him. Chilla is going to use more of his all-around game, and I personally have always thought Chilla is a little bit of a better talent than JC. I know that some people might not like that, but I think he's reached some higher peaks. Cody and things of that nature, King of the Dot champ, but he's done a little bit better versus top tiers, a little bit better spots. I think his game developed a little bit more. I think Chilla is a very underrated angler. I think that's like a deadly part of his game. You can see a little bit of that going at Klutz. Sunning him a little, you know what I'm saying? Kind of having that. I mean, Chilla's a legendary pen at this point, you know what I'm saying? So being able to speak down to other pens, kind of talking about maybe how he influences style, being there first. Maybe those are some of those experience things Klutz is referring to. Hard to bet. I love Klutz as a talent. I think it's going to be a debatable battle because I really love Klutz as a talent, but I have the utmost respect for Chilla. Always has been really underrated in terms of how he handles win-loss and just keeping it tight, you know what I'm saying? As the favorite, hasn't taken too many losses, you know what I'm saying, in that position in his career. So you show up to a battle like this, 2-1 debatable is my call. I'm going to call a winner, but I want to start that I do think it's going to be that type of close battle. But I love what Klutz is doing. And I think that I might even change my mind on it. I'm not going to be my final pick, but I think I'm going to go Klutz 2-1 to start. I just believe in this guy that much. What he showed me versus JC, that level of just pure creativity. There's all types of ways of writing, and people talk about performance and stage presence, and these are things that he's going to have to gain if he wants to hit the next level. But when you naturally just, I feel like, write in a different thought process, you know what I'm saying? That grammar, like the grammar's grammar, you fix your grammar, that whole... I just said grammar like 8 times, you know what I'm saying? But that whole concept, to come up with that, some people just don't write things that are that good. And for those reasons, those peaks, and just pure belief, I think it's going to be a great Chilla Jones, great debatable battle. But I have Klutz 2-1 edge to begin. And that is my full assessment here of the Born Legacy 13 battles so far. 4 announced, 3 that are actually going down, with a few more on the way. What is that, July 8th, I believe that's going to be. So it's right around the corner. They announced it late, classic URL style. Been a weird year, man. I can't lie to you. Been a weird year. I'm not going to say for battle rap, because Chrome's been great, even though Chrome's going through a lot right now. RB's been great. Even Little Leagues have been decent. I think GTX has got a great... It's going to have a fantastic event coming up in August. I'm going to talk about that when everything's... I think it's said in another blog, but I want people to know I'm waiting for that full card to be announced to do the GTX predictions. But I want to talk about that card very bad. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite battle so far from the Born Legacy 13 lineup? I think I'm going to see a lot of Klutz, Chilla. Obviously, I spent a lot of time talking about it. I'm interested in the battle. But do any of the other 2 interest you guys? in terms of having maybe like battle of the night potential. And if you want, leave your opinion on the Mike P situation. He seems to be very outwardly not happy with what URL's been doing with him, and I think it goes both ways. I think there's times Mike could have done more and been good at great moments to boost his career, but I also feel like he hasn't always gotten those opportunities to prove if he's going to be great in those great moments. So you guys let me know just your thoughts on the Born Legacy 13 lineup so far. But it's been J Smo Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace.